This is from a book called Be Happy, Cultivating Your Rest and Sleep. That's page 27 of this book. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Anne Lamott. I could go on a rant here about how our lives have never been more automated than they are now, and yet we spend less time resting and sleeping than ever, but I prefer to focus on what we can do about it, right? That's right, because if we just talk about the negative things and right, we are not going anywhere. So let's focus on what we can do about it. How did we get it so wrong for our well-being? That's right. Right now that we have smartphones that have everything in them, and they check our blood pressure and our how many steps we make, and you have a camera, microphone, so many things. So what's going on? There's no time for rest. There's no time for sleeping. Really, so how did we get it so wrong for our well-being? I thought these advancements were meant to make our lives more restful. But the loss of sleep, true, recharging sleep, is a huge and sadly common factor in daily unhappiness. Did you see that? Lack of sleep and rest is a factor in unhappiness. Perhaps you intuitively know why it's a problem because you felt it. Maybe you know the wired by tired feeling, the device addiction, Facebook addiction, the inability to be still, the constant but mindless connection to the world through a screen. With the short videos, oh my. But maybe you don't know exactly why it's a problem for our brains. Maybe you just know it because you don't rest or sleep in a way that is good for you. Let's talk about why this inability to switch off hurts us. First, if you can't switch off, you're not going to sleep easily. Ow. And if you're not going to sleep easily or solidly, then the consequences are disastrous for our body in terms of energy and strength, and for your mind in terms of concentration, focus, and motivation. Yes, I did. But there are other concerning consequences that show up too. The brain houses a little structure called the hippocampus. In fact, there are two of them, one on either side of the brain. Together, they're known as the hippocampi. Or hippocampi? Hippocampi. Okay. The hippocampus is responsible for helping us process the details of our experiences, and it does this while we sleep. It is an emotional washing machine of sorts, rinsing through our daily experiences and consolidating the details that have captured our attention into long-term memory. Deep sleep recharges our bodies, and rapid eye movement sleep, REM sleep or dream sleep, recharges our psyches. We need both. If you are not getting the right quality or quantity of sleep to reach these phases often enough throughout the night, then the brain can't do its job of consolidation. Ultimately, you will suffer physically and emotionally. So here's a warning, dear friends, here's a warning. Before our friends who are shift workers, shift workers, though, oh no, sorry, I thought it meant the graveyard. Yeah, because there's that. There was a job I had, and there were days when I had to close, so I would leave at 11 p.m. But I would see the night shift coming. They call them the graveyard shift. Oh my, that's not good. So before our friends who are shift workers or new moms feel overwhelmed with panic, please note that your sleep doesn't have to be perfect every night in order for you to enjoy positive well-being. Our brains and bodies are resilient, but the more often you can have a good night's sleep, the better. If you're in a phase of your life in which your sleep is not so great, becoming overwhelmed by it will only worsen your stress levels. Instead, focus on cultivating those sleep habits that help you get quality sleep when you can. That's right. And this involves, dear friends, the turning off the light, bringing your devices out of the room, and so important. This is so important. Just as important as sleep itself is the rest we give ourselves. Perhaps not every day, but certainly every week in Western society, we've reached a frenetic pace of activity for activity's sake. We reward and promote busyness, hustling 24/7 is celebrated without an equally loud acknowledgement that ignoring the fundamental need for rest is damaging for our collective health. By rest, I mean a mental and physical break. I mean stepping away from screens, from 24/7 connection, and allowing yourself to find stillness, to be absorbed in something enjoyable, to find quiet. What I don't mean by rest is mindlessly scrolling through your preferred social media feed while you attempt to watch a movie or play with your 2-year-old at the park. I also don't mean drinking, binge watching TV, playing phone games, or any other activity that you use for the purpose of numbing out. This is not switching off. And all it leaves you with is a mood lower than when you started, because the neurons in your brain continue to fire excitedly due to constant stimulation. That's the opposite of what we're going for here.